Hey guys, good evening everyone. Welcome to our daily stock market insights. Today is August 3rd, 2020. It's 8:58 p.m. on a Monday night. And today, as always, we are going to talk about your favorite stocks, the most trending stocks in the Philippine market, plus, of course, your requested stocks. And today, let's talk about our index. Okay, and just to quickly give you an overview on the latest and hottest news for the day. Um, Starting August 4th to August 18th, we are going to be back in the modified enhanced community quarantine for the major cities such as Metro Manila, Bulacan, Cavite, Laguna, and Rizal. And of course, this will create a domino effect in the business in the businesses in these mentioned places, especially Metro Manila, where we have a lot of the big businesses there. In Cavite as well, here we are going to have MECQ, and that may also have influenced the decline in our index performance today. So this means that with modified enhanced community quarantine, there will be no transportation, if I'm not mistaken. That's the major item on this date that we have. So if you don't have a public transport, that will result in less people in public places, and as a result, of course, the businesses that are open uh, will be impacted, right, in terms of revenue. And when they are impacted, of course, that will result in their performance as well. So our investors, our traders, for these businesses, for instance, are more on the conservative side, knowing that there is an impact in their performance. So it's all a domino effect. Single news will result in a lot of different consequences. And right here before us, of course, we see a decline in performance for our index. And I don't know when will the Q2 reports come out. Let me just take a look at one example just so we will see. Because normally, okay, so this is what? 2019. So let's just take historical performance as our basis. So Q2 came out August 5th of last year. So this means that we will be expecting a lot of Q2 reports coming out this month of August. And we all know that the entire Q2 we were hit by the quarantine. No, we were hit by pandemic. And then the result of that, the entire Q2 we are under a community quarantine. And of course, the businesses were impacted compared to how Q1 performed. Q1, at least, part of the quarter, we were just in the normal BAU. So that means if we have experienced that decline in Q1, all the more that we are going to witness some significant drop in performance in Q2. And this will result in more declines as well in all the stocks that we're handling. Okay, so going back to our index over here, overall I see it dropping. That's the number one thing that I see, considering that we might receive these reports in the coming days. So as you can see here, our Bollinger Band is being triggered going down. So it has been on a downtrend since July 15th, and we're not done triggering the downward movement of the index. So currently, what I see here is that there is a support at this level, but given the situation right now, I still feel that this could also be broken. That's your support because this used to be your resistance right here, 5,600 level. Okay, so with the anticipated drop in the earnings of our major players in the index, there's a big chance that it could continue to go down. The next possible drop could be around the 5,400 level. There, 5,451. Okay, but in the meantime, I still have to plot this because there is a resistance there, so there could be a temporary bounce. But overall, I'm more on the bearish outlook at the moment. Okay. However, we still have to look into your individual stocks. Maybe there are some great setups that are good for trading. And if you are engaged in these stocks for long-term investing, then maybe let's find out which key areas should we consider as an entry point, right? Sad day for the index. Okay, for Mart, right? This is an obvious pattern that we have. You see the MA20 line and our Bollinger Band. There was a rejection that happened last Friday, and it is supported by today's bearish candlestick. So I just have a feeling it might go back again to this level or even lower than that. In the meantime, I'm just plotting it to our previous support right at the 1.95 area. It's an area, guys, so it could be slightly higher or lower. Okay, so hopefully it just stops there. But I am always considering this in almost all of my reviews for Mart, especially because we're on a downtrend right now. There is a big possibility that it will revisit and fill this gap over here. Okay, for now, 1.96 is the possible support that it could touch. Probably bounce here, make sideways, and then go up, or go here and then break and then revisit and then go up. So those are your key levels to watch out. Okay, next is DITO, another popular stock. And for DITO holders, okay, I think they're all on the lookout waiting for that perfect opportunity to enter. But I feel that there might be some more declines, and you can probably get this at a much cheaper price. It's just the overall sentiment of the entire market that's pulling the price down. So far, I have not heard any bad news about DITO. The construction of the towers is still ongoing, and I think it's just really the overall sentiment of the market that's pulling this down. And the nearest support that I can see is around 2.33 level. If this gets broken, the next drop would be 2.06 or 2.05, around that area. Okay, but for now, just hang in there. If you have a buying power, just hold on to your position. Wait for that perfect entry, because so you can still get this at a cheaper price, right? And besides, it has been on a bullish move since March, while the others are on a decline. This stock has been climbing up. Okay. The next is ACEPH. This stock is also on reverse. While the others are going down, this stock has been moving bullishly for the past 2 days, Friday and Saturday. As you can see here, the moment it started to trigger the upper Bollinger Band, it was supported by another movement. Normally it takes 2 to 3 days. So maybe there could be another day tomorrow for one more, and then probably people will take profit. The next possible move could be around, this is your resistance. Yeah, so that's the next resistance that I see, considering this previous resistance over here. Okay, so there's even another one right at the 2.78 level. Yes, do you see this? I see this area. Okay, this level over here, there's another one over here which is just in line, and then there's another level here. So these are your resistance levels. Maybe we can have a slight gap up tomorrow, who knows, and then people will take profit. But for now, if there is a rally going up, just be very mindful, watch the market closely, because sometimes it's a short-lived it's a short-lived climb. So second half of the day, normally these traders are already taking profit. So just be extra careful. If you're a position trader, actually this is not really the ideal setup anymore, because you're very close to the overbought level. Normally it would be great if, let's say, you're right over here, you're able to enter right away. There you have it. Next one is MAC. MAC still, where are we? Still at the 4.93 level. So I still would like to plot our support at this area. Let me see. Yeah, there might be a possibility whereby this will be revisited within the day, but so far the market is still respecting this support level. In case it drops, it's going to be around 4.15, 4.12 to 4.15 or 4.17, because I see this level. This is your previous support. There is also a support built in this area, so that's your next stop. Now, if you're really interested with the dividend play, just make sure you're able to find your entry before August 11th. Do not enter on August 11th, because you will not be counted anymore as the recipient of the stock. Okay, so find your entry. I think, especially because the price is dipping at the moment, you could really take advantage of this drop. And if you feel that, between now and August 10, if there's a good setup where you could already enter, that's a good area to play around for a dividend play. Next is NIKL. Alright, let me see. You know what? We're actually sitting almost at the resistance area. This is the resistance that I see for NIKL. Okay, very close to where we are at the moment. So this used to be a support right here, and then there's an area over here where you had your consolidation. So it could be slightly higher or lower, guys. So just take note of that. One thing that we can probably look forward to here is, in case it breaks the 2.55 or 2.53 level and price continues to move higher, then you can say there is a possible breakout play there. Just be extra careful though, that if you see a red candlestick form probably tomorrow, that could already be your sign that we are about to face a profit-taking day, knowing that while the price is moving higher, your RSI in the meantime is showing some signs of weakness. Do you see this? It's slightly going down while the price is moving higher. So if it does not break the 2.55 or 2.53 level, and let's say it ends in a red candlestick tomorrow, and if you're already profitable, go ahead and lock in some profit if you want. Next one is VLL. Oh, VLL. This is not a good story, guys. You know why? As you can see here, this used to be your support. And today, we broke that support. So let me see where could we drop next. So your previous support was 3.08. Okay. If you were to look at the next possible support, that would be around. Let's try this. So we have to look back. So that was your previous support, and we broke that. Now we could probably drop up to this level. We're looking at the weekly chart. There was a okay, do you see this? This used to be a support right over here. Oh, here. This is a more accurate location. Do you see this, guys? Support, resistance, support, okay? And then we go back to the far right, and you're very near that. Sometimes you can't see the overall outlook of the direction on a daily chart, so you have to look for it on a weekly chart so it has a clearer picture. So now that we have plotted that on the weekly chart, let's see how it looks like now that we're in the daily. So we are very near that price area right now, so it could possibly revisit your 2.79, and then once it reaches that level, let's find out if we are already going to have your bullish divergence in your RSI. Currently, let's take a look. Looking at this from here to here, that's already a decline in price. To see if, yeah, your RSI is already showing bullish divergence, but it doesn't mean that it will happen right away. So that's why it's critical to also observe how it performs in terms of your candlestick, because right now it's still a bearish candlestick. So we might see an opportunity around 2.79, a sideways movement perhaps, or a green candlestick bouncing at the 2.79 level before it goes up again. So at least it's not that far anymore, but very rare will you be able to find a very cheap area. But you know, based on the news that I read today in the Inquirer, if you're not able to watch the news and you want to really be targeted on the kind of news that you want to see and read about, especially those that are influencing our market performance, you can find it here in Instagrams. So today I read the article about the GDP declined by 8%. So yes, we're still experiencing that hit, okay? But if all the vaccines are going to materialize and really be successful, we might end the year with a more positive outlook and performance. And if we are, so this doesn't apply to everyone, but especially the investors, if we are courageous enough to take advantage of this dip with the mindset that it will come back later on, it will bounce at one point, then someday you will look back, we will look back on this date or on this period and really tap our shoulders for being brave enough to invest while the others are scared. That's something I think that's a wiser move than do nothing at all, right? So yeah, we've broken the previous low. I don't know, I think this is a 52-week low already. 2.86. Oh, there was a 2.86. Yeah, 2.91. Oh, it's today. Today is the 52-week low because the low of today is 2.86. Okay, just one moment. Okay, so next is APX. APX, we have witnessed a bearish candlestick today, even though it is a green on here, naturally, because there was a gap up that happened. So what happened though, why am I saying that this could be a bearish candlestick, is the fact that this is a resistance area and we experienced a rejection at that level. Okay, another thing to be extra careful of is the fact that while the price is moving higher, your RSI is also declining. So that could mean some more profit taking to happen in the coming days for this stock. Maybe an area we could monitor would be 1.43. Let us see if it will bounce at that level, 1.44 or 1.43. Otherwise, it might go back to your MA20 line. There, 1.35. In the meantime, between it going up or going down, I see it revisiting 1.44 or 1.35 at this point. The next one is URC. Another good job for URC. So, I don't know, I think probably because we're back to the MECQ, right? So people are hoarding canned goods again. But no, kidding aside, I know the report, let me see, Q2, there you have it. Q2 earnings for URC was really impressive. So while the others are on a decline, this stock or this company is really excelling in quarter two. It excelled in quarter two. Okay, so we all know the kind of products that URC is manufacturing or producing. So I think this could mean more movements going up for this stock. And at the moment, the support that we have for this is right at this area. This is actually a good time to really consider entering URC. Anywhere between 118 to 125 is a good entry price. We were given a chance because at one point it even reached this level and people took profit and then it declined, and now we're stabilizing in this area. So if we continue to push the price higher by tomorrow, then I see it moving up some more. Next one is HLCM. HLCM also stabilizing. Q2, not good. There's a decline, so just be extra careful because we have no control. We're sitting at the support area, but if this does not hold, being at the support level is again a double-edged sword. We might see it bouncing right there, but in some occasions your support does not hold and we experience a breakdown. When we have a breakdown in price, your support will act as a resistance, because what will happen is you are going to have lower lows and lower highs. It will go down, revisit your previous support and create a resistance there, and then continue to drop some more from a low over here, it will create a lower low. And then when it bounced, this is your lower high from, I don't know, this could be your previous high if it drops, okay? But if you're able to hold, then good. We will challenge your MA20 as your next resistance. Let's see. You have bullish divergence, so that's a hope that we are looking at there. So that's a good sign. Also, you had foreign buying, so 2 points against 1 point. So yeah, just observe your 4.69 level, 4.63 area, as currently we're sitting at that support area. Next one is BDO. This is your request. BDO triggering the lower Bollinger Band. Third drop. We're still sitting at a support. Okay. This is still a support, guys, but I would say I'd be extra careful. What's a Q2? Q2 earnings 143%. So maybe be a little bit conservative just in case this breaks tomorrow. Tomorrow could be a make or break day because this is the support that I'm looking at. You might see some more drops, and who knows, maybe this price level could play something again. Could be a meaningful area that I see. It's not a solid support as of yet, but who knows, that will be revisited. In the meantime, I'd say I'd hold on to my buying power for now. If you are an investor of BDO, wait for it, because I just feel it will drop some more. Okay, so next possible drop could be, yeah, could be this level there, right at that area, because I see this and this. So there you have it. I'm still invested in there, but I'll just wait for a perfect entry where I can add some more. The next one is FLI. FLI also dropping. Next possible drop, and it will create a double bottom at the 0.77 area. Let us see. What's this? Nah, still November. No Q2 earnings yet. What about this? Also a bullish divergence, but sometimes, you know, you can still have that same look for several months or weeks, but just know that it's starting to form that. So I just feel like it will drop some more and we'll revisit your 0.77, and by then when it touches that, let's wait for a perfect entry. Hopefully it bounces at that area, and then that could be our sign to enter. In the meantime, just hang in there, don't take any action. If your loss is still small and you don't want to wait for a possibility of it dropping to 0.77, and you just want to be extra careful, some people would already cut their losses, and it's much better that way if you are trading, okay? And let us say if from 0.83 to 0.77 is going to be already a big amount of loss for you, then you can make a decision, and instead of waiting, yeah, that's a good 8% or 7% decline. So let's say you have no time to wait, and really once you reach 0.77, you're uncertain about the next possible movements, because who knows, it could even drop some more, right? So if you're already negative and you feel that you can be more profitable engaging in other stocks, it's better to cut your loss early. Because if you're not able to cut your loss early, others might reject my idea. But if I'm not able to cut my loss early, I just stay I just stay, and yeah, it's a lost time for me. But since we have different motivations why we're engaging in a stock, right? Some people rely on this as their main source of income, but as for me, I'm doing this on the side, and it's going to be more worrying if I totally say goodbye to an amount that's a significant, a big amount that I will be losing for good because I already sold it. So I'd better cut my loss early. If I'm not able to cut my loss early, then I swallow my mistake and bear with it. Stay there for a longer time. And I'm telling you guys, other people who are listening to this would totally disagree. And I respect them, and I hope they respect my decision as well. And at the end of the day, if you're the one listening to these remarks, practice judgment, because at the end of the day, you are the owner of your portfolio. If you feel like cutting your loss despite the amount because you will be more profitable in some other stocks, go ahead and do it. But for instance, me, I work full time and I only do this part time. And between trading and investing in the Philippine market, I am more into investing. So I think one thing that I can say is the stocks that I am engaged in are stocks that I fully believe in. So for instance, BDO. I don't really mind if BDO drops for how many months, right? Because if it drops, I could buy some more. JFC is another one. I have JFC. I know it's dropping, and I've started averaging down for JFC, but it's still dropping. But I know at one point, once we recover, Jollibee could again rise up, BDO could again rise up. And then this level, that the area where we think we bought it at an expensive level because they're all dropping, someday we will say and be thankful that we were able to enter at this period, at this time, because this is still considered at a cheap level 2 years, 3 years from now, right? Okay, too much of a rambling. All right, EEI. EEI is still on a sideways. September, that's still a long time from now. We are still moving sideways here. But be extra careful because there was a rejection that happened right at the MA20 line. So just I'm still provisioning this price area as our support because there's a possibility that we can go sideways and revisit this price level before it moves up. In the meantime, I'm just plotting it there because that's the nearest. And let's see again once it touches that area. Let us see if it will break. Once it breaks, then there's a possibility that it could revisit your previous support bottom over here and create a double bottom right there. Okay. In the meantime, 4.89 is our key level to watch out for. The next one is AGI. AGI is still not safe. Oh my goodness. It broke your support. There. This is the support. 544, 530. Okay, this is your 530. See that it broke the support, guys. This used to be your support, and your 52-week low is around 530. This one over here. So let's just use that as the next possible area to challenge if we continue to move down. At the moment, the chances of it happening is really high. Okay, so let's take a look at by tomorrow if it touches 532 and it manages to bounce. If not, you know what I mean, we have to look for the next support. But overall, I see it dropping. By how much? 4%. Yeah, that's the nearest support I'm looking at. Next one is east-west. Okay, like the other banks, we are starting to trigger. So, well, this is a support. The area where we are at is actually a support, 6.97 level. There is a support right here, also here. But if that does not hold, then it could drop right at this level, which is an area. Okay, 6.18 and 6.97. Those are your key levels, and we're still bearish for east-west along with the other banks. MWC. MWC is also starting to trigger some more. This could mean a bearish trend. This is a downtrend. We can use this as our downtrend channel. Okay, use that. Okay, it's starting to build a lower low and a lower high. So this is when it bounced, it just bounced lower than the previous high, and then it dipped again, and the low that you have here is much lower than the previous low. So those are the key elements of a downtrend. So now, if you're going to look at the horizontal perspective, what you need to do here is take a look at this price area as your support. So two things: sometimes it drops at that level and then bounce. So if it bounces around 12.12 and then breaks the upper line over here, then you have a breakout play. If it doesn't, then if it doesn't hold at the 12.12, then it could drop again. Probably it'll drop around 11.72, because I saw this. Okay, do you see that? Do you see this? This is your resistance. So when it drops, it could drop right here. There. So still following the downtrend channel. It could drop. If it breaks the 12.12, it could drop up to 11.69, and then it will again recover there, slight bounce, then just use this channel. But given that we are still in a confirmed downtrend, just stay on the sideline for now, because we might see it dropping some more, and you can get this at a lower price. So it has been climbing for the past how many months? March to actually almost August or July. It's been rallying to the upside, and now people are taking profit. That's how I look at it. And that is it for this evening, guys. Thank you for watching. In the meantime, if this is your first time to watch our video, know that we are doing this every day. I review your requested stocks. I also review what is trending for our Philippine market. And just hang in there. This is part of our journey. This is a first time for everyone. We haven't experienced pandemic before, right? And for the first time in the history, no one was able to escape this crisis. And some other countries are even experiencing worse. I know we can do it. And someday we'll look back on this day and we'd be very proud of ourselves to have taken that major, courageous leap to invest while the others are afraid. So just hang in there. Don't just manage your emotions. I know a lot of our stocks are trending down, and if to begin with your motivation is really to invest and stay there long term, that shouldn't bother you. Or if you're not really going to buy or not going to take any action, well, don't open your account, so you're not bothered at all. You can watch the like this one, watch videos, watch the market for added learning, because this doesn't mean we stop learning. It's just the situation right now, everything's downtrend, but what are we going to do? Does it mean we're no longer going to trade when everything's bearish? no, there are still great setups, even though the sentiment of the market is on a decline. There are still stocks that we can still engage in. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're always updated whenever we have new videos. Thank you. Bye bye for now.